For years, the Washington Redskins tried to buy success in professional football. Maybe the Buffalo Bills should have called Daniel Snyder for some advice. This is Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation. Everybody, I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne, the potentate of pigskin of Cold Hard Football Facts. Obviously, the Buffalo Bills haven't learned anything from the Washington Redskins.
Well, you know, the big offseason move, Butch, was to spend record dough on defensive end Mario Williams, which we said at the time was a bad decision, overpaid for a guy who wasn't worth nearly the dough they dished out. And look what happened. Look what has happened so far this year. Perhaps the worst defense in Bills history, and off of two epically bad performances.
So while Bills fans are obsessing over these numbers, $50 million guaranteed for Mario Williams, $100 million possibly over a 6-year contract, you, as you always do with Cold Hard Football Facts, with the numbers that correlate to victory, are showing the numbers that correlate to defeat for the Buffalo Bills, and they're historically bad.
They couldn't be any worse. I mean, two of the worst performances in franchise history defensively in the last 2 weeks. They give up 621 yards to the 49ers, 621 yards to the 49ers this week, 580 last week against the Patriots. That's over 1,200 yards in 2 weeks.
In fairness, those are two really good teams, two upper teams.
There's been a lot of really good teams in the course of history, Butch, but nobody's put up, an average of 600 yards on a team back-to-back weeks. Like I said, two of the three worst performances in franchise history. The only other one, 20 years ago, when the Bills faced Steve Young and those stacked 49ers teams in the early 90s, put up almost 600 yards. That's a long time between bad games.
And to give fans more indications, and Buffalo Bills fans, not that you need any reinforcement, but to look at your Cold Hard Football Facts numbers, how bad they are. I mean, look where they rank in the key indicators. They're getting run on, they're getting passed on. This is just, they're horrific against everybody.
Yeah, well, they can't stop the pass, but they make up for it by not stopping the run, Butch, So look at, number 29 on a defensive hog index, defensive passer rating 29th. 30th in defensive QB rating, scoring offense, run defense, the worst in football. They can't, they have little talent and bad schemes and poor management, poor drafts, poor free agent signings. It's a recipe for the historic disaster we're seeing this year.
All right, and so now you've got Chan Gailey at the top with Dave Wannstedt as defense coordinator. Yep. By the way, there's a thread on a Bills fan website. They want Bruce Smith as their defensive coordinator now to take over.
Well, if he coaches half as well as he played, right, that'd be a big step.
Well, if I'm looking on the other side of the ball, I'm a little scared of Bruce Smith. Now you go on the road. Yeah. Your numbers on the road say, the Bills can't win at home, never mind on the road.
The Bills may be the worst road defense right now that we've ever seen. I mean, they're 1-7 on the road in the last 8 games. The lone win against the winless Browns this season. But they're giving up 300 points in 8 games, 37.5 points per game on the road in the last 8. That's dreadful. That's as bad as we've ever seen. And look at the numbers. I mean, everyone, they can't do it. Everybody scored 28 points or more against them, except for those Browns. This is bad
now they
defense.
Go on the road against Arizona.
And now they go to Arizona, which is the whole point of it. Now they're playing a team with not a great offense, but the Bills right now making everybody look great.
All right, so while we've beaten up on Bills fans and given them enough to worry about and be woe is me, right? Walking around with a blanket, Linus.
as if they don't have enough to be upset about over their history.
I got one silver lining for them this week. They're going to Arizona. They're on the road. All these numbers say they're horrible, right? Arizona's running game is the worst in the league, I believe. Ryan Williams is hurt now for the year. They may have Tim Hightower back running for the Arizona Cardinals. Maybe the Bills have some hope.
Now maybe not much, because Kevin Kolb is still kind of an underrated passer. He's put up some good efficiency numbers, even though we didn't see it this past week against the Rams, and the Bills can't stop the pass. That could be bad. And by the way, the 49ers against the Bills this week, the first team in history, Butch, with more than 300 yards rushing and passing in the same game. It's hard to stop. I mean, they just can't stop anybody.
Check out the numbers on coldhardfootballfacts.com. For Buffalo Bills fans channeling my inner Chris Berman, you may really have to circle the wagons in Arizona this week. Kerry Byrne, Butch Stearns, Cold Hard Football Facts on Football Nation.